Moo and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pigtron. I am Brent Robinson. I'm joined today by, starting with Craig Martin. Craig, what are you drinking?
A little out of character. I am drinking a Merlot Cabernet East West. So Inniskillen wines from Niagara.
How was the cork?
The cork was a disaster.
I didn't know Enniskillen had a Niagara vineyard. There you go. We learn something new every day.
Well, Niagara has an Inniskillen vineyard.
Yeah, but they're a Okanagan company originally, I think.
I don't know. Inniskillen Estate Wines. Yeah.
Yep,
Yep.
good.
Yeah, you're
The,
right.
the important thing in today's environment is that's a Canadian vineyard in any event.
It is.
All right. We also have Sean Fogenberg. Sean, what are you drinking?
Pamplemousse LaCroix.
Nice. Tasty. We have,
Grapefruit. Nice.
yep, pamplemousse is good. We also have with us Steph Chen. Steph, what are you drinking?
Sadly, no normal Fanta lemon, but regular Fanta orange. So, bit cheating on my regular drink, but it is what I have.
Very good. And then we also have with us John Keenan. John, what are you drinking?
I've got a Zevia creamy root beer. No calories, but pretty good.
Sounds tasty. I love my like root beer flavored bubbly waters that we get there. Really, really good.
Yeah.
But I decided to not be boring, and I have a Jackson Triggs Merlot.
Hmm.
Um, because it's the one that I figured I could get in the least trouble in drinking it without my wife. And it had a screw top, so I could screw cap it back on and limit myself to just one glass during the podcast. So,
Yeah, right.
oh, I didn't even bring the bottle down. I gotta be well behaved. It's still afternoon here. Gotta like put the limits on somewhere.
He's at work, Craig.
Break time. Break time. And speaking of things that are lots and lots of work, this week's HSRL is Road to Sky. It is
Yeah.
down a
Oh,
bunch of dirt and then climb up the Alp. And that's really all there is to say about that.
there's a whole lot to say about this, really.
We are missing one of our potential colleagues today because and I quote, no, but Steve, are you coming? No, I'm completely fucked. So and then you can quote me on that.
Uh, yeah.
Sounds
So
like fun.
yeah, Steve says he beat Ernst at the line.
Well,
And
according to Zwift Power, it was about 9 second difference, so wouldn't call that on the line, but yeah,
I
nine
mean,
seconds is
that's
at the line for
9 seconds
road
on
to
the
that's
Alp
Sky.
close on the
is,
Alp,
yeah.
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 Their dots were I couldn't see any difference between their dots going up the whole way
Yeah.
when I was bothering to look. Yeah.
Also,
So
I don't know if it's really was really helpful to have an FTS and a prime separate because basically really everybody got just the same prime for the
Everybody
segment
separated
for the
by
rate.
2 points. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that might be why Steve was pushing so hard because it was only 8 seconds on FTS.
Oh,
So he must have been ahead of Ernst at the start.
so sorry. The race results are points on the segment that is Road to Sky. Like the rest is irrelevant.
No.
No,
So it
50-50.
is.
It's the Alp and the finish line. The Alp is the segment and the finish line,
Yeah.
each 50
Interesting.
points.
Yeah. 50 points Alp, 50 points finish. I
Yeah.
mean, 90% of the time it's going to be identical.
At least, but I suppose like I'm trying to think. The only gamesmanship I could see is to just be like 5 seconds back at the
Uh,
start of the Alp. Like,
I I can't see it mattering. Yeah.
I guess some of these results are medium close. Like the first two C's were within 6 seconds of each other. So I guess maybe like if the guy wasn't paying attention,
Yeah.
You could snake 2 points off them by.
Well, snake a point.
1 point.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, right.
Which doesn't really matter because it's, yeah. So, yep.
So the only person here who raced it is John.
Yeah, it was a blast.
Have you ever raced an Alp before?
Never raced the Alp. I don't think I've even ridden the whole thing probably in 2 years. Like there's nothing on Zwift Power that lists that I've gone up the Alp. So
Really?
Yeah. So Zwift
yeah.
Power will only register some of the time
Right.
in an event. So
Yeah.
it seems to be fixed now, but historically, it didn't register event finishes well.
Well, and I
So
was registered until January of 2022, 23, 22.
yeah, it's
Like
only
I've
been in
got
the
the
last year that really got fixed, I think.
yeah.
Maybe two. Yeah.
I've got 10 results on here. I've got 10 in mine. I know I've got the 25 out badge, but lots of those were like Brent does pseudo half Everesting nonsense like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've
So
only got 3 results.
Same. And my
Yeah.
last one was October 2023, which was just above an hour, but that was a bandit ride. And before that, my was May 2023. So two and a half years ago, I've done
Yeah.
the
But I know I've done at least 2 of the Christmas TTTs.
well, I would have thought those would have shown up.
Or was it it was New Year's TTTs. Yeah, so they didn't show up. So all I've got is Tour of Watopia 2020, Alp Dash in May 2020, and some random herd of mountain goats from 2021.
Well, it's probably this May 9th, 2021.
Not May 9th, yeah.
Oh, that's what it says in mine too.
Were we in the same race?
That's my PV.
Yeah, me too. I did 54.
I did
Mm.
53:28. I don't know if I can get it under an hour right now.
No, well, and that's kind of, well, I guess, yeah, let's talk about that. What do you guys expect? I'm gonna go for an hour, I think, but I'm not really sure exactly what that means for power.
Uh, you're 85-ish kilos, 80.
I'm under 81 finally.
Uh, 250 would do it.
Yeah, which is kind of what I figured I can do. Like I think I can do that for an hour. It's gonna suck, but I think I can
Uh,
do that for an hour.
I think especially if you have, or wait, before I say this, remind me, what's the bike upgrades policy on
Mm.
HSRL?
There are no bike upgrades. Bike
All right,
upgrades are not applied.
uh, so it might be difficult. Uh, yeah. I will say that the bike upgrades make a pretty big difference uh, on an hour-long climb.
They do.
Uh,
Would they make like a full minutes difference?
Uh,
Be close.
yeah, I think
well,
if you have
yeah.
a fully upgraded Athos, I think it does.
Oh man, I definitely have not ridden enough times anything on. Well, let's put it this way: I haven't upgraded a single bike once yet. But I did a 58:26 at 233 at 80 kilos, 2.9 in 2020.
2.9.
Yeah.
I don't know that I trust the values for what's on Zwift Power
Oh, okay. Well,
for that segment.
No, I
It
know.
should
fair.
take about 3.1 for an 80 kilo rider.
I did a 3.0, got me a 57 at 82. It says.
Yeah.
Again, I don't trust it. I, I would look at your Strava efforts and look at what your actual power was because um,
That average
I'm
power
looking
figure
at
might be a bit janky.
So I
yeah.
actually need roughly the same power as I did on my best because I was 246, but I weighed 5 kilograms less. I was 75.5 then.
Yeah. Uh, it's yeah, it's going to be a tough one to uh I'm realizing that even even doing an hour, like, which I've only come under an hour twice, and both of them by less than a minute and a half. Uh, both would have put me last place in B in today's first race.
Well, I mean, so race one is usually pretty spicy of the
Oh,
in
I'm
ranking. Yeah.
fully prepared to ride this and come last in B. That is not the problem. But it is interesting. Just like the bees are the bees are all doing sub 1 hour.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Which
Oh,
I guess
I thought the
is
B's
is
was the 40, but that was the A.
Yeah. Yeah, the best B did 45 minutes, which was a hard guy.
crazy.
I will probably
Uh,
try and get this done, and I will probably be targeting an hour as well, even though I think that's probably a bit ambitious.
I
But
I think same, especially since it's going to be ambitious for me since I've been off the bike for the last 2 weeks or so. Um, but I was feeling pretty strong before I took that break, and my third fastest Alp time of all time was a month ago when I just did a sweet spot workout up the Alp. So, and that was
I
a
would
104. 104 at sweet spot a month ago. I might be able to do an hour.
I think you're going to be well under an hour.
You underestimate how much that last week might have taken out of me of not being on the bike.
As long as it didn't add too much weight to you, I think you're probably going to, the freshness will, the amount that you're fresh will probably help more than you think.
So personally, I often find that yes, the legs respond better, but that some I need some efforts in me to be able to do long endurance like efforts. Um, that like my heart and lungs and stuff just say, no, you don't want to be doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless I am fatigued already.
Yeah. I would put that down to the old Tim Noakes central governor model.
Yeah.
It's, yeah, your body doesn't want to unless it knows that it can. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
in terms of the
Uh,
pacing, I think it's just settle in for whatever you think your pace is. Like there's a couple spots that
Yeah.
are a little steeper that you might go up, but like it's pretty much just grind.
It's all steep.
yeah.
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 There's not a lot of variation in this.
No.
Yeah.
Just
Looking at the result, probably aiming for if I can do a sub 1 hour 10, because John did a 106 on the Alp, so and I'm a bit slower than John, so hoping around that if I can manage that. See Stuart Evans around that time, 110 at 2.7. If I can manage that, I will be happy.
The worst part of the Alp I always find is either the long segment between switchbacks with the snow on both sides.
Mm,
That
Mhm.
seems to go like approximately forever.
yeah.
And
Mhm.
then sort of like the second to last one right before you go through the tunnel at the end. There's like one that's like up to the right, and then you go back left through a tunnel. And I find
Yeah.
like it feels like it takes forever to get to that tunnel, and then that tunnel takes forever. And then it's just, I think it's just that there's just one more switchback after that up into the last segment. And you're just like, I just want to throw this bike through a window right now and stop pedaling.
Yeah, I think that that last segment is always the one that's like, unless I have really paced it so well that I have just that like three minute like dump everything left in me, I always hate it because it's like, aren't we there yet? Like,
Well, you mean the last segment, the one that's not on the, like after the chart
yeah,
disappears and you have
yeah,
about a
like
K to go and it just never ends. Yeah.
you turn right. I think it's like right where the big satellite dish is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, was it Wednesday or Thursday? Wednesday. I did an outdoor ride and did half an Alp of elevation in it,
Wow.
It's pretty
um,
good.
including some of the steepest stuff I've ever ridden in real life, actually,
Off
Like,
road or on road?
on road.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
like
no,
how steep? Like 15%?
yeah.
Okay. Yep. That's legit. I think that's probably about the top of mine too. There's
Yeah,
some roads in here that get like pretty steep.
yeah. No, I was like, oh, this is steep. So then I looked afterwards, like, oh, yeah, that was steep.
Somebody must have made a Strava segment out of it, I assume.
It's,
Part of it. So the 15% part isn't actually very long. So
Hmm.
I think the Strava segment it's part of is only 6 or 7%. There's a lot. It's a very steppy climb.
Yeah.
Okay.
my
Uh,
my reference point for steep now is always the Kitzbühel triathlon.
Oh God.
They did a WTS race at Kitzbühel, and the transition zone was at 24%, and there was like guys who like fell off trying to stop the bike, right? Like they were like
Yeah.
pedaling up, and then like you're trying to like get your like I don't know if you guys picture a triathlon, but sometimes they'll like take their feet out and then like do like the flying mount and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
people like were trying that, they just couldn't because it was so steep. They weren't going fast enough to be able to. They were just like falling over off their bikes right at the transition line.
Yep.
Yeah, they'll
It
leave
was an
their
all
shoes
timer.
in, right?
Whose idea was a triathlon at Kitzbühel?
I think Alistair Brownlee's. He loved it. He destroyed everyone
Well, sure.
because nobody could draft him on the bike, right? Like they'd
Yeah.
come out, him and Richard Varga and Johnny would come out close to the front of the swim, and then inevitably, guys would, and there was flatter parts of the bike. It wasn't
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. Obviously.
Although
Yeah.
I do feel like there was like kind of like a circuit, like two, and then it was like up the mountain was like the last third of the
Yeah.
bike thing, and so like the guys in the rest of the group couldn't catch them, and they just sing soloed away up the mountain, and then it was a 10K run like through the mountain and stuff, but like nobody was close.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Kitzbühel Horn, that's a very steep hill. With from they did have done it in like Tour of Austria, so I know from that.
And they're lugging TT bikes up 24%. Like
No,
that's
no, this is
not good.
WTS
Oh,
racing, so it's like draft legal,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
and I'm sure for that race they had full
Lightweight road
climber,
bikes. Yeah.
whatever. Yeah,
yeah,
they would have
yeah.
had whatever the equivalent of a special eight, those in your team bike or whatever would have been. That's what they would have had.
Yeah. That sounds fun. So, I mean, looking at the C's from this race, the winning time was 106, only won by 6 seconds. But yeah, but ooh, that's at 244 watts average at 72 kilograms. I might not be making an hour at 250.
Well, that's his full time. His climb time was 56 or something.
Oh, climb time is 56. Sorry. Yes. Sorry. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no one was
Oh, climb
super
times for
pushing.
54s. Yeah. So
54.
climb times are right around my best. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, good. So it's always a fun thing to get an Alpine. Fun.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Brent, how many are you at? Have you hit your 25 yet?
I do. I have my 25 badge already. I think probably that
Awesome.
one I did in about 2024. The last one that's on here would be about it.
Yeah.
I'm at 16, so slowly
Getting there.
getting there. Maybe I'll do an Everest.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Godspeed to you.
Because you don't like yourself?
Yeah.
That's
What I-
between me and my therapist, John.
Yeah.
It's like you just want to hate yourself for like 12 hours. The first two aren't bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I would even disagree with that.
As someone who did, I think, how many did I make it? 4 or 5? I can't remember. Like,
Base Camp Brent?
it's 9, right? It's 9 to do a full Everest on the Alp, I think. And I think I didn't make it. I didn't make it all the way to halfway. I think I did 4 and gave up. Yeah, the first two weren't too bad. Got bad after that. And I wasn't racing anybody.
When are y'all thinking of doing this one?
So
For
Steph and
me,
I were
for,
talking before everybody else joined. I think we're both looking at race 3.
or for me, it could be potentially race 6 as well,
Yeah.
depending on what that's race 3 is 1:30 p.m. my time, and race 6 is 4:30 my time. Way better than race 1, which was like at 8 p.m., which would put me the finish at around after 9, which would be terrible.
Yeah, I probably won't be doing race 3 at 5 a.m.
No,
I
I
might get
didn't
mine
think.
in tonight. I might get mine in tonight. Back to
Well,
back bike days. I haven't done that for 6 months.
Yeah.
well, I'm still on my quest to potentially get to page 1 of the CGCs. Still need to pass 3 guys, but Chris is before me. He's a B. Kai Sander is doing probably Acro at the moment. Acro chasing Red, and hopefully I can beat somebody else.
Yeah. So for me, I'm currently in 6th and I have a potential 10 points to gain. Um, Now there's 2 people that if with 5 races that I couldn't catch if I won and they won. But yeah, anyway, we'll see.
Yeah, those pesky people with 5 races. That's the problem, isn't it? I think
So
the guy.
there's only 2 really in play for me, I think.
Hmm.
Because I've already beaten Paul Himes, even if he wins this one. So it's just Ginny. Only Ginny, I think, has upgraded. So I don't think she's in.
Yeah, if we upgraded to B.
Yeah. So it's just Nick Wakeford.
What's the starting gap for this one? Like between the D's, C's, A's, B's?
I
Like
think it's 3
3
minutes.
minutes for the first one, and then maybe 2 minutes for B to C to B.
+3, +5, +7. Yeah, 3, 3, 2, 2.
3, 2, 2.
So C's will take a little while to catch the D's, but those B's and A's are going to come hot.
The
Oh yeah.
B's passed the C's way before we caught the D's. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then there were A's somewhere in there. It was all about the same point.
Yeah.
I want to say turn 17 or something.
Not that it matters because you're not
Not that it
drafting
matters.
anyway.
It was
It
just
doesn't matter. There's no draft
motivation.
by the time you catch them, and it just doesn't matter.
It was your brief moment of excitement, and then you just settle down for more pressure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're not gonna try to hang on to the when the bees or an above category pass you on this one. You just,
No.
like you said, stick to your pace and survive.
Yeah.
So herd beginner races are on RGV, it looks like.
Yep. Yeah.
Is it one lap for
See,
everybody? Am I seeing that right?
except the lowest 0 to 125, they only do 18.5 kilometers, which is 6 kilometers short of the entire route. And I think it's from the post, I think it's somewhere around balloon
I think it's
sprint.
just after the pave sprint.
No,
Or no, sorry, just after the Ballon sprint. Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm picturing this route wrong. Doesn't RGV take the aqueduct and go the other way
Yep.
around?
Yeah.
No, so
No,
RGV. So yeah, so that
intestine lasts on RGV. So you do
Right.
the first the big loop, the aqueduct, and then the balance sprint, which is after the turn to Petit KOM. Yeah.
yeah. So you do
Oh, okay.
Marina sprint, then
Gotcha.
you do pave sprint, then the aqueduct KOM, and then Ballon sprint. So the
Okay.
Ballon, and then I think it finishes just after the Ballon sprint.
Cool. Good. Yeah, I mean, it's a very flat route. Take your fastest arrow thing or upgrade, whatever
Yeah.
works. I don't know. It's really hard to get bike advice now with upgrades and everything else, but it's
Pick a
flat.
bike.
So
Pick a
arrow
bike.
is
Yeah.
what matters.
Tron is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't have disc wheels, use your Tron. If you don't have your Tron, use your fastest.
Did they pump up the Tron? They de-nerfed it or buffed it or whatever you want to call it?
No, so it's really good. It's just
It's
if
a
you
great flat bike.
yeah. If
Maybe.
yeah, if you don't
Yeah.
have disc wheels, it is better by quite a bit
Got it.
than
Yeah.
anything else.
And RGV is still pretty flat outside of aqueduct and the intestines, which are doable with the Tron.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Good. Yeah, I don't think there's much else to say about that. Hold on, sprint at the end, mostly.
Yes.
Tough to make
Now,
a break.
on Stampede, I have
Tempest?
been I have been bad and I haven't done my post yet, but the events are happening. It is Tempest Fugit and it's Tempest Fugit.
Or,
Tempest Fuge is the
or you,
flattest route in Zwift.
It is the flattest route in Zwift. It is roughly 20 kilometers. It is a very pure time trial. Get your fastest thing, your fastest bike, your fastest wheels, Cat X Tri, and the new DT Swiss discs are those, and off you go.
The kind of nice thing about Tempest too is, I mean, it used to be even nicer before we had the average power display, but it used to have the little like segments that shows you like what your
Yeah.
average power is on each segment, which is kind of a cool
oh yeah,
bonus
and
of doing a
TT.
TT on a
Oh yeah,
Tempest.
yeah, and TT on Tempest. You have the segment.
Yeah.
You need a couple of segments. Yeah.
I mean, that's still
Multiplication.
nice to see, to kind of judge how you're pacing, whether
Yeah.
you're coming down or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's still a nice thing. I think it's not as different now that your ride average power is there, but yeah.
Good. All right, I think that's all the week in herd racing. If you're listening to this and you're trying to get into ZRL and you don't have a team or whatever, get in the sign up sheet, get in the group because teams are still being formed. I think that's the only other thing to say is
Yeah,
if you want to do
and
ZRL, there's still time.
yeah, don't panic. I think if at all possible, we will find you a team. There's a few time zones where we might not be able to get you in the time zone, but if you've got a bit of time flexibility, for sure, I think we can find a team in your category. Yeah, I get
Yeah.
for some people that's tougher, but
And then I just say like number one, like I know this is really like WTRL support, but number one, you have to do a bunch of weird privacy stuff with WTRL when you go log in. So go do that sooner than later. Two, I don't quite understand the rationale for this, but the the team invites aren't going out by email yet. Anyway, So if you
Yeah.
want to accept a team invite, you have to like just go in and find it and accept
Mhm.
it. There's not emails coming out yet.
Yeah.
So that's a bit of a weird
Huh.
one. Yep. Yeah, I discovered that on Facebook. You sent me one, even Sean, and I like I didn't get an email. So
Interesting.
I just happened to have seen it in the Facebook thing that like I was just scrolling through Facebook and saw a post about it. So yeah, you got to go. Martin, or who I assume it's Martin, posted that the emails will be coming. They just haven't come out yet. So you got to go into your profile, into your Zwift teams, and then there will be like you click into your team. So when you click like my ZRL teams, your team will show up, and then you go in there and you click in, and then if you haven't accepted the invite, there'll be a little question mark, and you click that, and then you hit accept invite, and you'll be accepted in. So captains, if you're wondering why people are accepting invites, it's because they haven't probably seen them. And if you think you should have gotten an invite, you don't have it, it's probably sitting in that little spot in WTRL. So
So if you can't race round one, should you sign up now or wait till the end of round one and then sign up for round two?
if you're not going to race round one, I wouldn't sign up. Just I
Don't
wouldn't take
bother
a
for it.
slot. I wouldn't bother.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
there's nothing to it. It's going to be as I understand it. Everything resets. Everything goes fresh.
Right. They're
Yeah.
not going to do like the whole championship league at the end with plates and
No,
butts, cups and
No.
no,
knives
no,
and
no.
Yeah.
scissors.
There's no finals.
Yeah.
No
Now,
finals, no carryover at all. Like there's no promotion, relegation, any of that stuff.
Mm.
I would be I would be willing to give odds on at some point, roughly 9 weeks after the end of round four, WTRL will release something that there's suddenly going to be a finals. But
Yeah. With fruit for the
yeah, no,
categories,
you're right.
like
Yeah, so
bananas and
Banana
apples
League,
and
Apple. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
kumquats. And, yeah.
All right, Kumquat's got me, John.
So Brent just lost it.
I can only imagine the Kumquat trophy in Zwift. Do you tuck it in your back pocket of your jersey if you win it?
Yeah.
It's like there's a
Absolutely.
little Scotty squirrel holding a kumquat.
Or
No,
two,
it's in the
maybe.
right pocket. Yeah.
And then find the other pocket. Just pokes out the top. Oh my god. Uh, the only thing I would say mitigating against that, other than the fact that nobody liked it last time, is that what we're about to talk about is Zwift has a whole lot of stuff going on, and I think there's going to be a lot of
A whole lot.
conflicts with Zwift stuff, and I think that might be part of why that's been all paused.
Yeah.
So we'll get into the news, and the news is Zwift released a whole like everything that's happening in Zwift in the fall and into next year post and stuff, and it is a lot of things. So what do we want to talk about first?
So I think the
Okay,
first thing I want to say is that this season on Zwift is more comprehensive and a longer forecast than they've done before. And then adding
Yeah,
in what James released about the racing calendar.
yeah,
It's basically laid out the whole Northern Hemisphere winter season. Big hand, small map, what Zwift is doing, what ZRL is doing. So,
yeah,
I mean, that's nice. That's really nice for us as community organizers, because, we've kind of gotten caught, with an insider, hey, such and such is coming, and then we don't schedule something, and then it's just, a rebrand of the same thing that Zwift does all the time, and we should have just done our thing. I think this is I like what they've done as far as a little bit more of a forecast. We'll see how much they move it around, but yeah.
About that point of funny because one of the people reacted because outside of the Z racing and the tours that Zwift does as Zwift Racing League, a couple of community the organized racing, including the herd, was mentioned, and somebody asked from, "Do you have a calendar for those events as well?" Which
Yeah.
James replied, "We only know a couple of weeks in advance about."
Weeks in
Except
advance.
Yeah,
Sometimes we don't know the days in advance. Yeah.
yeah, except Acro and Flamme Rouge, but those are big tours, so those take a lot
Yes.
more
Once
organizing than.
once a season gets going, we have a pretty good idea.
We usually do, yeah. But we definitely get caught a couple of times with oh, wait, it's the end. We haven't scheduled any more races.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, let's I think given the nature of pie, let's talk about the different race series or things that they're doing or whatever here. I think that's a good one to go with. So they're replacing Tour Watopia with Zwift Unlocked, which is basically the biggest difference is that it gets 10 entirely new routes. They're not all in Watopia. And other than that, it's kind of the same stuff. Double XP. And I guess the only other thing is I guess there's going to be specific, if I'm interpreting this right, there's going to be specific like time slots or whatever that are races as opposed to just rides. So
Yeah,
Yeah, I
there's
that's
going
think
to be
different.
like
yeah,
a tour
the rate.
racing element to it.
Yeah, so I'm happy that they're doing that. So they did that with Tour of Watopia in 2020. There were race slots and ride slots. And yeah, I thought that was a great way to do it. Um, yeah,
It was
so
about to say at the at the top end, those rides were still considered retreat like races, but if it's races maybe with ZRS enabled, it will move stuff which the rides won't. But
Cool.
you won't have the coffee break shenanigans, which tends to sometimes happens in the rides in the front of races and causes issues with some people.
and late joins enabled. I always love how worked up people get who are racing toward a Zwift with late joins and coffee breaks. Well, maybe don't race a group ride.
That was a small tangent.
And then I guess the next racing thing after that is the Brompton World Championships.
I know that looks amazing.
Yeah, I mean it looks super fun.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
so
so,
the
so we're
crux
gonna
is
have
wear weird
new.
outfits and race on weird bikes, like folding
Yeah,
bikes
Yeah,
that
it
are
was about to
Brompton.
say
tweed.
we're gonna have
yes.
foldable bikes now, new foldable bikes.
Yep. Yeah. So we're gonna wear silly clothes and ride silly bikes, and I don't know why you would want to do anything else if
Yeah,
that's an
that'd be
option.
I
fun.
actually like I love when Zwift stuff like this. I know
Yeah.
like other people get all like, I just want to race my bike, but like, come on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like I mean, I would
It's
be down for a big wheel and dinosaur costume race.
Hmm.
obviously.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Where's
No,
my
Yeah,
where's my velocipede?
yeah. So,
somebody
but
had a
yeah, I mean,
dino race. Yeah.
it's a week. It's fun. Why on earth would anybody get upset with a fun week
Yeah.
in a winter of, you know,
Bleakness.
Of
goopy
course, you'll be
snow?
able to buy a Brompton and unlock the tweed kit, which
The tweed kid.
I
everybody wants a
definitely
weird
want the
kit.
tweed kit.
Hey, I still wear my lederhosen every time I ride in Austria.
Mm.
So now I have something else to wear in London besides, and I think I have like there's like a Union Jack something. Can't
Oh,
remember.
maybe. I don't have it.
there's a Union Jack cap, but
And then there's a New York thing, which maybe we can talk about the new roads or we can go into that. And then we got just Z racing.
Well, there's the power segments in New York. So they're a new type of segment.
Well,
Yeah, I
so I
was
don't
thinking,
know. Yeah, so I think that's on the new road. So let's leave that for a second.
yeah. So the
Ah,
rest of the
let, let,
racing
let, let, let,
is
let's do this one.
Yeah. So
yeah.
fresh out of 25 is the December, basically December 1st
Let's
to
say,
January 4th.
yeah,
So that's
just
it, all new stuff that's been unlocked in 2025.
yeah,
Um,
just
And then we get Tour de Zwift
Yeah.
in January, and then we get Zwift Games in February.
Yeah.
And that's
So
kind of the
yeah.
And on
Running,
top of that, there's the Zwift camp, which is like the workout, like a scheduled workout series that'll be actually starting real soon.
yeah, but yeah, it's like 4 workouts based on your 5 seconds, your 1 minute, your 5 minutes, and your 20 minute per hour. And I think those were the they thought because they were with the route badges were new routes, but yeah, the names suggested more workouts. So yeah,
Yeah.
and
I
of
think
course
that
you
this
got
is kind of along the same lines as the what did they call it? But the set of workouts and races that you had to do
Academy.
the Academy, Zwift
Yeah.
Academy. So it had Zwift Academy baseline, which was like figure out what your power is. This is like the here's what those workouts are that go along with those kinds of things.
looking at the article. First, they will do that baseline, so your pure analysis between September 15th and October 20th. Then the Zwift can build from November to end of December power application through in-game segment routes, and then Zwift can base through in February 2022 pure power competition and analysis through power segments, which are going to be introduced as well, which John mentioned. So they have instead of last year where it was just the baseline, they're now in like 3 stages of their Swift camp. It seems.
I will probably not be doing the camp.
I feel like
I like it. I'm glad it's there. It's just not for me. I don't know. The group workout thing just does not appeal to me at all.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same, Brent. I've done a few of them. Um, yeah, I'm with you.
I don't like when it like clumps you together and it like chokes the speed. It's like I'm
Mhm.
just trying to watch my thing. I find all the other people around me just distracting and I'm trying to like do erg stuff. Like it's just not,
Oh,
it's
Well, you
just
can
not for me.
still do them technically individually, I think, but yeah, then you have to schedule it. But
All right. And then I think the next biggest part of the whole announcement once we get past the racing stuff is the New York expansion. And we are getting, it doesn't, October 27th. October 27th, we are getting 31 kilometers new roads in New York, which is lots, I think.
I
And it
think
takes
so.
us out of Central Park into the city as best as I can tell, as well as through
over to
some,
Prospect Park, it looks like.
Yep.
yeah. And this, like the graph that, I mean, the image is showing on the article, like we're all looking at the Zwift Insider article. It's kind of
yeah,
cool. It's got, I don't know what bridge that is. Is that
Brooklyn
Brooklyn Bridge?
Bridge.
Brooklyn, yeah.
I don't know.
Prospect Park's in Brooklyn.
Okay. And then, yeah, it's got Scotty Squirrel as the Statue of Liberty in the background, I guess. Is that what that would
Yep.
be if I was looking at this? And
nice.
then it's got this like crazy futuristic wavy tunnel thing. We see in this. What do we figure that is?
I figure we're riding through it, whatever it is. I don't
And
know
I
what
think
it.
it's
Yeah, but why is
Yeah,
it
the
so
equivalent
big?
of the London subway, right, where it kicks
yeah,
out into the
they
Surrey
mentioned
hills.
subway a New York subway network, so underground. So basically, the the London tubes segments, but maybe longer.
So is that going to be like a warp kind of thing going on? Is that you come out of Central Park and instead of having to ride through like what would normally the rest of New York, you just go through that thing and then it puts you out
And
towards the Brooklyn Bridge and you go over into Brooklyn?
I don't know.
I think it
No,
puts
Eh,
you into
it's
Prospect
weird, right?
Park.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
there'll probably be some sort of warp like that.
Mhm.
I don't know how much of one,
we know
but
for sure the subways are almost certainly going to do that at some point. We're going to talk about the
y-
power segments here, but
yeah, you'd
anyway.
think. Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting, like in this image, like I mean, listen, I'm no expert on New York City, but I'm pretty sure the skyline of New York City does not look like that in 2025.
No,
Like,
no,
there's a
no.
lot of stuff going on there that ain't
Yeah.
the way it looks.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that they're like kind of not increasing the realism, I would put it, of New York City. They're kind of doubling down on the sort of stylized New York City a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's been the thing with the glass roads and the hover horses and
The
everything
hover
else.
horses. Yeah.
Like that's their New York thing. I'm like, sure, if that's the thing, do the thing. There's other apps that do a really realistic, video recreation and plays the video at the speed you're riding and all. That's not Zwift. Um, sure, double down, do the
That's
do the sci-fi and go. Yeah.
Different number on the Zwift.com website. It says 24K of new roads. So
It
No.
is.
okay.
It is not. So I'm just did a map of uh, if you were going from Central Park to Prospect Park, it's only 8 miles if you're going like along the streets of New York. Like if you're doing
okay.
actual New York, like it's going to take a while in real life because you going 8 miles an hour. But
Right.
they presumably could actually make a lot of this like the actual distance between if they're doing 24K of new roads, that's you know what is that,
Well,
15 miles? So if 8 of that is actually just getting you between the two parks, that's not unreasonable.
No, no, and that makes sense, and it's entirely possible there's some interesting road to ride with a bridge and whatever else.
Yeah.
You go up the bridge and down the bridge, and yeah,
I think that probably some of that subway is basically so they don't have to model all of New York. So
yes,
that you're like
Yeah.
when you're still
Sure.
in the city, you're like, well, some of this you're going to be underground and we didn't have to build an entire city's worth of assets.
Mhm.
That would make
But
sense.
it should still be some kind of extensive because depending on what it is, 24 or 31 kilometers, but they still say 20 new routes, 16 for bikes and 4 for runs, which would still make there's at least some variation with turns or whatever or intersections because otherwise that's well, they probably will incorporate Central Park, of course, with the which we have, but still.
And
Um,
what kind of terrain are we expecting? Like, I don't know anything about Prospect Park or Brooklyn. Like,
Yeah,
are
I
we
was
just
wondering,
getting
is
like
it
more rolly
have
New
there
York
big hills?
stuff or flatter
Yeah.
stuff? Is there a big hill over there?
I think you're looking at more of the same. Like I think most of New York is pretty rolly.
The city itself, like, is pretty flat. Like,
Yeah,
uh, Prospect Park would be fairly rolling. Um, but like, I think the parts in between, uh, could be some of the flatter, like the flat,
yeah,
could be the flattest parts of the New York
yeah.
route.
But you're still going to be flat. Then, I mean, you look at the bridges in New
Yeah,
York are quite high, so you're going to go up and go down, and then flat, and then to the other park and more stuff. So, yeah.
yeah.
okay, there is Prospect Park. Yeah, I'm not from the US, so I have to look it up what Prospect Park even is because I know NYC and Manhattan a bit, but and all the boroughs, but still older
Near an
section. But
IKEA. Maybe we'll go through IKEA, like up the stairs.
Yeah, I guess
It'll
the other version of this would be that, they're building Prospect Park out in the same way that they did Central Park, and that is a faithful recreation, and that's most of the new roads, and then they've got, just a quick way of getting between them. So we'll
yeah,
see.
basically
That
connect the
would
road.
probably be my guess. I think
Yeah,
if I was
yeah.
to guess, that would be it. is what you just said, Sean.
Yeah.
Do we think they put in more glass roads?
Yeah.
Oh, oh, interesting. I would say yes, actually.
I think it's likely. I
It
just
would
the
make a
real
more
world stuff I feel like
competitive,
just
yeah.
is too boring if they don't do something else with it.
Well, so I would say the glass roads might not be in the initial rollout, but I think they'll do glass roads in Prospect Park.
I do. So just looking at the in development shots, I do like the way that it looks like they've built out the rest of the city. They've got
Yeah.
like a Scotty Squirrel Statue of Liberty, which beautiful. Um,
I don't know what that big building on the left is. That's like dome type structure, which seems pretty large, but whatever.
yeah. Anyway, it looks like it could be pretty cool.
Yeah, well, then I think, of course, I think the next thing to talk about is that well, I don't know if it says in the subways, we're going to now find
Yeah.
these power segments, which is a segment, I guess, probably like a shorter segment, like a sprint segment, where what is measured is your average power with the idea to like kind of try and maximize your power through the segment, which is the thing. I mean, it's fine. It's good. Like you get power. I guess it's good that it's going to show it. Like I guess that's the biggest difference compared to
Yeah,
maybe
yeah, it was
your
about
other ones, is you don't have to rely
Yeah.
on like Strava or
So
Zwift
I think
Power or something to track it.
the other thing is, if this works the same as other segments, this is going to score on power. And, looking at this, taking it on the screenshots, that's on watts, not
Just
on watts
yeah,
watts,
per
not
kilogram.
watts per kilogram. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
so that's, if we were to incorporate it at face value into HSRL, for instance, that's a very different kind of thing.
Yeah,
Um,
very different.
not saying that we will or we won't, but it's interesting.
I can see, I guess it's good for workouts.
Yeah,
yeah,
very.
Like
Yeah.
if there's like some loop and there's always a 30-second thing that it tells you how much power you have for those 30 seconds, that's a really good way to like maximize that 30 seconds because time can always be a bit variable depending on launch and bike and everything else. But if you're doing a workout and you want to know if you're hitting 500 watts or 600 watts for those 30 seconds, 1,000 watts, that's
yeah,
great.
yeah. Because,
So
oh
I
yeah,
was in a discussion with somebody on the Zwift forums, and I he was thinking that it was going to be average power over distance. I was thinking the same as what you just said, Brent, that it would be average power over time. So
I I think that because it's a segment, it's definitely going to be, a set distance.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's Zwift; they can do whatever they want.
I
Um,
mean, I don't know that they really can.
If Swift could do
they
whatever they wanted, they'd
can,
probably be a
whether
lot of
they
different
do or
things.
not. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
And no, and this is a big old. I don't know. They've given us very little in big details. They've given us what I assume is from a test environment screenshot. So
Yeah.
but I also do like that's which was already with the segments with your time, your like best nine, but it shows your best 90-day PR, but also your one year PR. So basically,
yeah,
power curve metrics incorporated for a segment in a sense, so you can see what you did
yeah.
for the
Now
last year.
I will say, looking at the screenshot, it doesn't make a lot of sense because it shows a 90-day PR of 900 watts and a 1 year PR of 850. But it's a development environment, or a test environment. I'll let it slide.
Well, like I said, I appreciate them trying something new. I
Ooh,
mean,
100%.
as I'm at 7% done for my electric socks. Yeah, do you guys
Ooh.
have the electric socks yet?
I don't
Sean
have the
might.
electric socks yet. So I don't have the first stage of the electric socks
Wow.
yet. Yeah.
I'm not
Oh,
sure.
do you have to beat it 3 times to get the full use of it?
Twice.
You get electric and then you get lightning or something.
Or
Oh,
no, well, so it's the electric, yeah, the lightning socks, and then the actual aerodynamic socks that are
Oh, was that what it was? Yeah.
actually give you an aero advantage. Yeah.
somebody had those in the race I was in, or at least they lit up, and I
Ooh.
was like, "Ah, now I want those."
Uh, I've seen it a couple of times in the last few weeks in HSRL, maybe, and in ladder races, some people with it, but the
Hmm.
dynamics. But
Then in terms of the
I guess we'll have to see
others,
whether I actually ever signed up for that challenge.
Oh no.
oh, that would be a shame.
well, I've
And
done
then
everything else, so I switched to it. So
and then the only other thing is there's all this personal UI upgrade with tuning and adjusting goals and all this other stuff. What
So,
like I read all this, I went, just take me to
I,
my race, but
right. So, again, for a lot of these things, I don't know who the target. I do know that we are probably not the target audience. I'll put it that
No.
way. Um, but there, I think the goal of this is just getting some simple way of suggesting to people, like, if you want to do a workout, here's the workout you should do. It's just like the quick, and it's like, it's AI. Well, I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
sure. It's probably really bad AI. But it's I don't hate the idea of, okay, well, we have a little like workout recommendation engine, or like type of ride that might work for you today, given what you've been doing and what your goals are. I like that in general, uh, but I probably won't use it.
is it better than or worse than the Strava AI? That's a question.
Uh, I mean, they both probably are just there because people are like, well, AI can do whatever. I think this is the bad version of Trainer Road, right? Trainer Road is also all done with machine learning, but they've done it like where they've trained it on a goal on what actually makes people faster, not that, like, who knows what they're training their data on. Like,
presumably I won't get someone to ride Zwift again and renew their
yeah,
membership.
I think you're probably not wrong. Um, yep. But it will just, this gives a very easy default way to Zwift.
yeah,
Um, and I think we all kind of remember when you're first brand new on the platform, it's really easy to get lost. And some people get lost, can't figure out what's going on, and never come back. So
Yeah.
I get why Zwift is doing this, and I'm certainly not upset about it.
yep,
I will say the
Yeah,
part of this that I kind of like is actually the progress report screen,
yeah, I
which I
was
think
about
is
to
the
say, yeah,
new end screen.
Yeah.
I'm not super
yeah,
keen on the current one, but this one looks better. I will give them that. I'm sure
yeah.
somebody at like Zwift PC Masters will be like, I don't need all this, just go faster to whatever I want. But I like this. I like the little summary of
absolutely.
like where you're at for level, where your bike is at. Like it's that
Yep.
is a good little summary screen. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it says all the stats in one, basically what you want or whatever.
It's
And
good.
also, and maybe for hardware, because we were talking like a couple of weeks or months ago, I can't remember, that there was a sale on Swift's plays, and we're thinking, oh, usually that's end of the line, and they're doing also an upgraded version of the Zwift basically Zwift click controls, basically a click version of the play controller slash your Zwift ride controllers with your buttons and then with the directional patch, which you can use apparently for steering. So you still it seems you still need a Zwift to buy it with a kick and click and click and cock upgrade, so it's a bit weird if you only want the controls but don't want the cock. But yeah, whatever. Zwift does what Zwift does.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
mean
it,
it's
it seems neat for people that don't want it's customizable instead of the Swift place where you have a specific place, and then here you can mount it to wherever on your handlebars if you want. So yeah, it seems pretty nice.
yeah, it's good to have one. Number one, like the plays are limited to like kind of drops, so it's nice to have an option for steering stuff that's not limited to drop bars. And it's a little cheaper and more accessible and fine, whatever. Like,
Yeah,
Mhm.
And they're still not selling it in Canada.
oh, of course not. That would be sacrilege. Honestly, bigger
Uh,
enemy than Donald Trump up here. Leave us alone. Just,
well,
just sell us
well,
things. I don't understand. It's Canada. Like,
well,
it's not the Herd McDonald Islands. Why is it so hard?
probably still somebody at Swift who had a bad experience with Canada and Australia and over a couple of
Yes.
other
I
I
countries.
think
assume they were bitten by a goose.
I assume it's James's personal vendetta against me that he's like written a thing. It's like, nope. Robinson keeps complaining. No sending anything yet.
I'm going to say this is probably not James's call.
No, it's 100% not. I'm sure it's just that there's some extra regulatory tariff levy. They're like, it's just not worth us to
It's
sort
the
that out.
French packaging, Brent.
Could be that that you joke, but that could indeed be it. Although they sell in the EU, I don't know how many
Yeah, I
languages you
was
got to put
about
in
to
the
say is
EU,
that
but
I can translate
they
it
sell
into
it in
French if that's
France.
the problem. It will
It's French
suck, but I can
Canadian.
translate it into French.
I was about to say it's French Canadian because they sell it to Zwift in France. So
but do you in the EU does like everything have to come in like multilingual packaging?
I don't.
Oh,
Well, I
I
get
just
it
Not
in
on the
English.
outside, right?
I think I get it in English, but I think it's shipped from probably the Netherlands from my side somewhere they have a warehouse.
I don't think they say have the same kind of language laws. I think
yeah, Canada
languages are on
has
their
like
own. Canada and the French protection is its own thing, I think.
yeah, like even to buy like like a imported chocolate bar from like the UK, somebody has to like put a sticker on it that says like Le Chocolate Bar and like has French ingredients and French nutritional information and stuff on it.
Yeah.
It's like a real thing.
I especially love the
And
bilingual stop signs.
stop at it. Only in New Brunswick and federal parks.
That is only New Brunswick, yeah.
And federal parks. Like if you're
And
in
no, you're right.
any
Yes.
national park or even I think airports because they're federally regulated, all have dual lingual. Pretty
In
sure.
Quebec, they're just in French. Is that?
Yes.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the other part of it. Is it is all these rules don't apply in Quebec where everything is only allowed to be in French
Yes.
and anything English is verboten. All right, I think that exhausts all the news for Zwift this week.
All that we want to talk about. There's been some
Yeah.
upgrades in Zwift Racing Score, but we can
We can
talk more
save
about
that for
that
another episode.
once they actually fix it. Then we
Yeah.
can.
Or at
Big-
least they
it's a
break
big
it
one.
in a new and interesting way.
There's a few
Yeah.
other things in here about colors of bikes and kit
Yeah.
and stuff like that, but whatever.
Yeah.
If you want a different color bike, you can now buy a different color bike, which okay.
Well, not yet,
Uh,
but someday.
Yeah.
September 25th. If it's a very specific bike, I guess.
I would care about Swift Racing Score, but I only do ladder racing and HSRL at the moment. So
Yep.
I'm
Yeah. Oh, Brent, so you said you did another race. Was it a ZRS race?
I did a Z racing. Yep.
No.
Yeah, me too. So I did well in mine because I do no ZRS races. So my score is probably way under where it should be.
Oh,
Brent, you've
And
spent a whole bunch of time off the bike, so your score is probably way above where it should be.
oh, 100%. Yeah, I was 641 going in, and I did like the zone, the level 2 or whatever, so it was like 710 to 540. So I was like right in the middle, or 590 maybe.
Yeah.
So I was right in the middle technically at my score of this thing, but I'd have to go look back at the results and see what the ZRS was of everyone else. Cause like, I mean, I didn't even make the group up the first reverse KOM. Like
Oh,
they went hard. And I mean, I, I don't know. Could I have fallen off the bike and like maybe held on? Maybe, but
probably not.
so
yeah.
for me, it basically felt like an HSRL with maybe a little bit only without the segments. Like it was an easy ride with a couple punches and then a sprint at the end. It was like I really probably should consider racing up. Um, and I finished second. I finished second because I slightly mistimed my sprint. Yeah,
And
that
what's your ZRS level around these days? Mid
488.
fours?
Yeah,
Okay.
488. Yeah, and yeah, I probably just rough estimate. I don't know exactly how much ZRS is how much, but I probably should be you know closer to 550 than 480. And I gained 15 points. Like I was 473 going in, I think.
Yeah, yeah. So I was a 641 going in, and I was there's other people who actually have technically still lower scores than me. There's like a 583 who raced
Yeah.
and a 612. Like I said, they wasn't too crazy. So yeah, the zone was 570 to 725.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah. So like I said, the pace on the in the first bit wasn't crazy. Like I said, I held on until we got to reverse KOM, and then that like 8-9%. I don't know what guys were doing, but harder than I could go.
Yeah.
And then I managed to get with one guy, this Elias guy, who's apparently 74 kilos and averaged 3.72. He's doing.
Ouch.
I finished 8 seconds behind my average 3.06, but I like drafted off him and then he dusted me in the sprint.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a
Wheel sucked
hell
shamelessly is the phrase you're looking for.
100%. And then he did like an 11 watt per kilo sprint.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, maybe I'll take it. Like, oh, I don't know what this guy's got. Maybe I'll beat him in the sprint. And I saw him like take off and he hit like 11 right away. Like, nope. So yeah, it was good fun. I mean, I'm glad I did it. Like I said, I only dropped finishing 13th out of 14 racers. Only dropped my score by 10 points though. So it is going to be a long trip down to 570 or lower or whatever the other range is. 510 to 649. So I got to get below somewhere below 570, 509 before I even get down to like the B range. So
Yeah. So I'm still in the sub 510 range there.
yeah, no regrets. I got to get in shape. I got to practice racing. I really need to like, the only thing
Yeah,
is I need
Brent.
to get in those races to like practice like my I think my long power, like I'll be very curious how I do in the Alp, is not too bad because I have been running, I have been doing kind of long steady stuff, but for sure my like 30-second 1 minute stuff is just cooked.
As Brent's new ZRL captain, I'm really interested in him getting back in shape.
Yeah, I
Excellent.
gotta find a races that'll like have those like 1 minute pushes that I have to go do.
Yeah.
All right,
And
Brent,
you can,
I'm gonna take you to Innsbruck and we're gonna go race up the leg snapper a bunch of times just as a workout
Perfect.
sometime later this week.
Brent,
Perfect.
how do you feel about squat racks and standing start sprints?
I mean, I was doing strength stuff before and I found it was quite like I don't know if I just couldn't like match it. Do you know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
periodize it, right? But I was finding it was not helping me race.
No, and if you're racing a lot, it won't. Well, and that's like I was doing a lot of strength stuff earlier in the summer, thinking I was going to nationals.
Yep.
So since my flight was canceled,
Womp womp.
I've swapped completely, and yeah, things are suddenly different. But
Hmm.
yeah, definitely, I was
Yeah.
deliberately training for,
Something else.
2 second power, not 60 by any stretch.
Or even like 1 minute and 30 second. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, no, it is like sub 60 second. Like it's yeah, when the race is 35 seconds and there's like 3 or 4 breaks in there.
Race one is the 16th, 10 days. Oh,
Yes,
and that's a TTT. So
Yeah.
you'll be fine.
I said I may just have to go around and do like 1 minute on, 3 minutes off, 1 minute on, 3 minutes off, or
Brent, your captain just said he was dropping you.
a couple of rides. We'll see. Also, I gotta lose some weight. That'll be the other part of this experience.
It, yeah,
But you gotta embrace the journey.
yeah.
Growth mindset.
At a certain point, the journey is just, am I getting slower?
Yeah,
Yes.
well, that is
Right.
I think that's a lot of us.
I'll have to find the article, but I know something came out where they were studying aging
Yeah.
and they determined that they're testing all they're doing the blood testing for like certain enzymes and hormones and all this stuff. And they determined that like aging is not like a straight linear path from like your
No,
30s.
no.
It's like it takes certain like ramps, and apparently one of them is right around 46 and another around 66. And I'm like, yep,
Mhm.
feeling that these days.
46, buddy.
Yep.
Brent and
Yep.
I are the same age for those of you not tracking.
So, but at the same time, I see guys like Kev Fowler, Mark John, who are 10
Oh,
years older than me, and they're freaking killing it. So,
yeah. Oh
you
no,
just
you
suck it
can
up
still
and
kill
crank
it.
up.
It's just your your absolute potential is less than it was 10 years ago.
Yeah,
And I mean that's just reality.
for sure. For sure. Good. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing more herders out on Zwift, talking to more of you guys in Discord and stuff like that. So we will say thank you to John Keenan. Thank you to Craig Martin. Thank you to Sean Vogenberg. Thank you to Steph Jen. Thank you to everybody listening at home. Thank you to everyone out there doing herd races and getting into Zwift Racing League herd teams and TTTs and all the other herd racing. We'll see you out there, everybody. Moo and good night.